The Nike Air Max Ishod came out yesterday, and I was able to get myself a pair of these shoes for $110. And this is the review of the Nike Air Max Ishod. Make sure you subscribe. Nobody's sponsoring this video, nobody sponsors this channel, nobody's giving me money to tell you that these are good shoes. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think about these shoes, and they actually confuse me. But we'll get to that in a second. We'll start by talking about what Nike is saying about these shoes. Infused with elements taken from the iconic 90s hoop shoes, this creative twist on the original Ishod design features updated mesh, exposed Nike Air with Air Max technology, and a cup sole that breaks in easy. Ishod's name is embossed on the hidden eyelets.
You can call me Ishod, it's pretty much like a nickname.
With wear embossed on top, so it says Ishod wear around your laces. Cup sole designed with flexibility to help minimize necessary break-in time. The herringbone pattern on the outsole grips your board just right. Of course, Ishod's one of like the coolest skateboarders, like your favorite skateboarder's favorite skateboarder. Just because I'm an Ishod fan doesn't mean I'm just gonna say that this is the best shoe ever. The Ishod 1 was an amazing skateboarding shoe, so I have very high expectations going to trying to skate these shoes. But there's definitely like a very important thing about these shoes that I just didn't like. The second that I put these shoes on, I felt like I was stepping into a dunk. So I was thinking to myself, this might just feel like a more basketball looking shoe, but feel like a dunk. And normally dunks take a long time to break in, so I was thinking I'm gonna have to be breaking these in for a while. After walking around in these shoes for like 5 minutes, they felt immediately broken in and way more thin than I thought that they would. I was excited to do my very first kickflip, and you know how it went? It went really bad, actually. It went like super bad. So I definitely had to readjust the way I'm doing my kickflips for them to feel good in these shoes. It was literally like a learning curve of like 4 or 5 kickflips. It definitely feels like extra grippy the first couple of tricks that you do in these. Seeing as how this shoe is a cup sole, usually cup soles have a lot better impact protection when you're skating. After I felt like I broke these shoes in, I had very good board feel, but that does feel like I'm giving up impact protection. This insole feels like a very thin piece of foam, but it does have this little cushion pad in the heel, so I don't really think that I'm gonna wanna be jumping down a lot of stuff with these shoes. When you look at the outsole of the shoe, it looks like it's a pretty thick outsole, but it's just that thin insole and this green tread on the bottom between your feet and the ground. So there's not a lot of impact protection with these shoes. I'll probably end up putting some extra insoles in here. Look at all these materials and how thick this shoe looks. And then look at how easy it is for me to just fold it in half. It is a lot more lighter weight of a shoe than you would think it is, right? That's crazy. These shoes do fit true to size, and they feel more narrow than your typical skate shoe. But usually Nike just has narrow shoes. When I was looking at a lot of photos of these, like all over Instagram, because everybody's posting about them, it looked like the tongue might have been a little bit poofy. After holding them and playing with the tongue's actually really thin. It's made out of this cool kind of leather snakeskin looking material. So it's not really like a poofy skateboarding tongue. It also has some straps on each side of the tongue, making it so that it's not like gonna be moving around all crazy while you're skating. And honestly, I really appreciate when skate shoes do that. When you look inside the shoe, it looks like it's put together the same way that the Nyjah shoe is put together, where the inside of the shoe has that fly wire technology, and it looks like they come up and around your foot and hold the laces. So if you're pulling your laces tight, it's not only pulling up here, but it's also pulling from down here to make sure that your foot is nice and secure. Ooh, additional little side note, this little extra piece of suede to put your shoe on is really nice. I love it when shoes have these because you can just snap your heel right into your shoe. A good way to tell if a shoe is gonna last you, if it starts to break down like at all in the very first session, it's probably not gonna last you that long. And while I was skating these shoes, I did a lot more kickflips than I normally do while I'm skating, just to be able to see if I was gonna break these shoes down at all in the first session. After looking at my laces, the suede around the toe, it looks solid. And honestly, you're not gonna break any of your laces down here because the laces are set inside these eyelets really well. However, you still probably could break this top lace if you are doing a lot of heel flip tricks. It is raining here in San Diego, so I went to some spots that were dry for me to skate, but there were still some puddles around. So I kept slipping on the ground because it's really smooth ground. But the tread on the bottom of the shoe feels exactly like every Nike shoe that I've ever skated, where it's squeaky and grippy. Inside the heel of the shoe, you can see like this little embossed plastic cutout of the Nike logo, and the word max. And honestly, I just noticed it right now. I love little attention to detail, things like that. That's sick. He literally made a basketball shoe to skate it. But it's kind of ironic because a lot of people just used to skate basketball shoes. And I skated basketball shoes. So making a basketball shoe, just updated technology for what basketball shoes are like now, but a skate shoe, it's kind of a good idea. Honestly, it's a good idea. Honestly, these shoes feel like it's a lot of different types of materials layered on each other. So I don't know how long it would take me to break these down, but let me know in the comments if you want me to keep skating these and make an update video for you on how they broke down over time while I've been skating them. When I was done with the first session of skating these shoes, it felt like the precipitation from my foot was fogging up the inside window of where the insole hits. So after skating these shoes today, I would say that this is definitely a high-end feeling skateboarding shoe. However, a very thin feeling skateboarding shoe that is deceivingly thick feeling. Because the second I put them on, I was like, damn, these are some thick boys. And then I walked around for 5 minutes and I was like, these are some skinny mini boys. So it's very conflicting. This is why I was saying I was conflicted about it. It's confusing me. I don't know what the hell it's trying to be. If you like a lot of board feel but want a shoe that feels a little bit thicker on the upper, this is probably a good bet for you if you want to spend $110 on a skateboarding shoe. But until I start skating a new shoe, make sure you subscribe for more skateboarding content right here. And I love you guys. Peace. If you've watched this far and haven't clicked off the video, leave a comment saying snickerdoodle. Yep, that's the comment for this video. Later.